Hi guys, how are you doing? Thank you for joining me again. I just wanted to give you my viewpoint on what's happening with this full moon in Cancer, and also to do with there's going to be an awful lot of planetary shifting going on this month. It's all going on, so I'm going to talk to you about that just 10-15 minutes, and I'm going to give you a little bit more detail. I've got to get the notes up, so just give me a minute. I'll get the notes up. So this is the first Mercury retrograde of the year. Mercury is retrograde in Aquarius, went retrograde a couple of days ago, guys. And I did talk to you about scientific minds that in the last video that I did. You know, if I've got this right, I think Einstein had a Uranian third house energy, if I've got that right. Of course, Uranus, joint rulership, his foundation for his science. But either way, he was, that Mercury in Aquarius energy, he was a third house Uranian energy. So, yeah, I mean, that's just off the top of my head, guys. But you can see where I'm going with that, and I'll talk to you about it. And I think that certainly more information, more scientific information is certainly coming forward, and I think that there's going to be more of that. You know, the thing about this full moon, it is said to be a wolf moon, so there may be a little bit more howling at the moon. We certainly have had quite a few shocks and surprises, and another, trying to quote that lyric, it's been a little insane on the membrane for people to get their head around the shocks and surprises that have certainly been coming in from, mainstream and government and all the rest of it, and, we're recognising that we may have been, a little naive in our beliefs with regards, the narratives, if you like, but never mind. So we've got this very emotional full moon in Cancer. As I said, it is a wolf moon, and wolf moons are said to be very transformational and very soul searching, and as I said, it's I think about the wolf itself, and the transforming of that, with this sort of energy of Cancer. That is an emotional security energy, right? It's also representative of the moon, of course, so a protective energy, motherly energy, and also egoic energy. The moon is said to be the ego, that we create when we come into this life. Obviously we're born into the certain families, so we have got that hereditary DNA, and obviously we inherit that genetic code from them, but at the end of it, it's all about establishing ourselves emotionally, and I think that this whole thing here is going to give us a time where we're going to be looking at, what it is that we need to order to ultimately, or reorder, to ultimately have a successful, healthy, fulfilling and non-corrupt way forward as we're moving into Aquarius. So this first Mercury retrograde, it began on the 14th. It's going to be there in Aquarius until the 3rd of Feb. Then it's going to move retrograde into Capricorn. Right, so it's moving in and out of both signs, Aquarius and Capricorn, and then finally, Mercury will actually move into Pisces, which I'm quite looking forward to, a bit more peaceful, hopefully. I think that's going to happen around mid-March. All right, I think it's the first week in March. Actually, could have been 3rd or 5th of March, possibly 5th of March. So we know that Uranus has been retrograde since around August 19th of last year, and I think that that's been very evident if you map that back to the information that we've been given, the scientific information that we've been given, since August of last year, and probably prior to that. But the good news is that Uranus is now also going to turn direct on the 18th. Right, so a couple of days' time, Uranus is going to turn direct. Now, I know I've been twittering on about Pisces energy, and to me, Neptune in Pisces obviously began moving direct. So again, I've said it before, and particularly with this Jupiter energy in Pisces now. Jupiter, and if you look at that, we've got, as another centaur, Sagittarius, And I just think, yeah, they can run. You know, I always think of the runner with Sagittarius, likes to get out, Mother Nature's son, you know, likes to get out there. And I actually feel that now it's almost like, yeah, you can run, but you can't hide. I definitely feel that, and I think this is where we're going. So things are going to carry on. There's going to be a lot more shocks and surprises, I think. Certainly around government, a lot more whistleblowing, because we've been talking about that, a lot more truth saying. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. All right, so let's have a look. So, more objectivity, getting things more organised, all right. I also wanted to talk about the Jupiter pertaining to judicial law as well, right, in Pisces. So judicial law, and I'm just going to get my little thing up here now. You know, the Jupiter energy on the night of this full moon is happening in that 5th house. And we need to be mindful as well that, you know, Mercury is square Uranus, so we've still got a degree of opposition, but you know that we can negotiate, all right, with a square. I've spoken to you about this all year, so we can sort of negotiate with that. But yeah, that's all happening in that 5th house. We have actually got the nodes that are square as well. So the nodes of Jupiter, the Jupiter is square the nodal axes in the sky, and it's still in Sag and Gemini, which I taught you about information, what's truth, what's lies, what's not. You know, the transmission of that information, and it's been massive. But I think now we're going to have a little bit of a retrack on that. You know, we've still got Saturn in Aquarius, so yeah, we're still going to have that little bit of opposition here. But I do feel that when Uranus certainly stations direct in Taurus, I think that there's going to be big changes there about values, what we've assessed, what we've not done properly, if we haven't done our homework properly. And I don't class us. I think if they haven't done their homework properly, I'm talking about scientists, good science. You know, where other good scientists have been quelled and eradicated, you know, it's shocking. So I think that also Chiron in Aries is going to prove to be quite positive at the moment as well. And if I look at my notes here, guys, I can see Chiron is in that 6th house, all right? And Chiron, again, is square this Mars in Sagittarius now. We've still got Mars in Sag for a bit longer, right, and then it is going to trip into Capricorn. I think that's on around the 29th. Let me just check my notes, guys, and see if I can find them. Mars enters Capricorn on the 24th, and Mercury Retrograde goes into Capricorn on the 25th. But good news is, right at the very end of the month, we've got Venus moving direct, so there's quite a lot going on, all right. You know, we're not gracious full moon. There's quite a lot of dancing going on. We feel like dancing on ice here. But at the end of the day, I think it's put us in a really good position. So, you know, as far as the planetary movements are concerned, the cosmic energy, as above, so below, guys. So whether or not that's happening in your personal life, your business life, or whatever, that's great. Moving back to Jupiter and optimism, expansion around that. In Pisces, you know, that the collective, the consciousness, the collective, the cosmic side of it, if you like. You know, I'm feeling, you know, we're sort of transcending old truths, are we not? You know, are we surrendering with Pisces? You know, are the politicians now surrendering? That's where I want to go, you know. You know, and a lot of people, as I said earlier, I think there's going to be a lot of spiritual practice going to be taken up. Now, whether or not it's you, so going back to your church, if you follow, you know, a religion, all right, you know, whether or not you go to your temple, or whether or not you go to your mosque or your shul, or wherever it is that you want to go, that's absolutely fine. I think there's going to be a lot of that. You know, if you follow the ascension stuff, I don't particularly like that word myself personally. It's a bit too biblical for me personally, but at the end of the day, what I mean by that is, you know, if you follow the F sharp and you use your Tibetan bowl and you just want to tune in with that rainbow body, guys, then that's good as well. And you know, that's good for everybody. But I mean, my feelings about ascension is keep your body as clean as you can. You know, if I fall off the wagon with diet, you know, throughout life, and you know, we've had periods of time where we're not that healthy, we don't feel that healthy. So I think that, you know, it's about responsibility as well. I think certainly I think when Mars moves into Capricorn, you know, there's other things that I will talk about later on in the month about that. But yeah, just you look after your body. You know, we've major binge after Christmas and the New Year, of course we do. But look after your body and just, you know what, recycle a few cans and bottles. I see that as helping this vibration. You know, that's it. That's ascension energy for me as well. So keep the body clean, right? You know, keep the planet as clean as you can, and you know, hopefully it'll sort it out. And there's the sadness, guys. This is what I'm talking about double values in a way, because you know, they're telling us that there are oceans full of these masks. These masks were not biodegradable masks. They've been dumped in the ocean. Yeah, it's not us that's dumping it in the ocean. Can I just say, if you take the time to clean your plastic bottles and your cans, guys, and you take the time to go to your recycling centre, right, and do the right thing for you, because you feel it's the right thing, if they don't recycle it and they're corrupt after that point and don't do the right thing, this is their issue, it's not yours, alright? But what we have to do is, there are systemic failings on this planet, right? And we've got to put it right, okay? We know there's systemic failings in our health systems, that's for sure, but we've got to put it right. So if we can, let's stay healthy. Chiron in Aries for me is not going to be stifled in that energy of the sixth house. It's not going to be stifled now. You know, Chiron, I believe, is going to give us an opportunity to start a healing process, all right? You know, with both people that we've maybe, you know, parted company with. Hopefully we can put that right, you know. But Chiron in Aries is about, you know, healing and not ignoring, as I said, the elephant in the room. Right. So take the initiative, you know, confront the opposing forces in a gentle way, alright? You know, Chiron is a wise centaur, alright? Chiron does talk about wisdom. He was indeed the mentor, so very Sagittarian energy. But I don't think Chiron's going to be stifled, right? And I think by doing something, just anything at all, it's a good, it begins that healing, right? It relieves the pain, and we just got to come together now, alright? So, you know, let's get on with it. As I said, I'll be talking to you about the nodal shifts. You know, they are going to move into Taurus and Scorpio very, very quickly, actually. That's about the the 18th. So we got this swap, and it's going to be there for 18 months. But I'm going to be back. I'm going to talk to you about that, money, values, all the rest of it. Alright, so I'm going to be talking to you about that when I see you next time, guys. So send in your love. If you would like to get in touch with me, you would like a personal reading, please do so. And let me know where you are, whether or not in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, wherever you are, guys. I can do that for you. Alright, take it easy. I'm sending you love. This lovely, quite sunny but nippy afternoon from Spain. Keep it coming, guys. I want to say a big shout out to you, gang. You know who you are. You message me all the time, and I am so grateful. Alright, oh, just word up, guys. Just as we're moving into this Taurus and Scorpio energy, I have to tell you that I did have an Australian client last week who did tell me, and I know my kids have explained it as well, and they've worked it out. I spoke to you about, you know, how can I put it, you know, coming together. Okay, this healing, we could talk about that with Uranian energy, but also being wise collectively. And this Sydney client did say they were short of chickens. They couldn't get chickens in the supermarket. There were lots of gaps on the shelves. So yes, there are definitely shortages. But I did actually suggest to her that they come together as a collective, right? Pisces energy, let's be wise and collective. Let's think outside the box here. So they've got a group of like-minded people, 8 families. They sourced an organic farmer, right? They bought one beast between all of them because they're very expensive. Organic, good stuff, slaughtered humanely, Alright, I'm not a red meat eater, I wouldn't eat cow, but at the end of the day they do. And the wonderful thing was, my son said to me, we're giving our children the organic meat, Mum. This is the next generation, okay? These are these Aquarian children that are going to grow into wonderfully Aquarian, bright adults, and they're going to take us into another dimension, if you like. These children are going to help us through, so we're going to look after the kids. Right, and hey, we've all done without food for our children, alright, but I thought that was a brilliant idea. It certainly is something that everybody everywhere could think about, coming together, pooling your vegetables, pooling your meat if you can't afford to do it, get together with your neighbours, formulate some sort of cooperative. I do feel we are going to feel some pain, guys, with this Taurus and Scorpio energy, okay? Taurus is about survival, how we survive. Okay, financially yes, but also, physically, it's our physical health to a degree. It's about safety, it's about security on one level. The house, all we need, but money, right, and resources. As I said before, Scorpio is about oil, the blood of Gaia, the belly of the beast, so to speak. And at the end of the day, this is oil and it's gas and everything else, so energies. Right, so anyway, I'm going to come back and talk about that a little bit later on. So I'm sending you love, speak to you soon, get rid of these notes now, and we'll go from there. Take it easy, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye now.